This is the SJM 500 E3 version. I just got my kit a couple days ago from Scott over at RC Tech. Now I did pay for this kit, so there will not be a biased opinion here. I'm usually a T-Rex guy, as you can tell with all my T-Rex helis, but I really liked the head design, you know, and the basically the polished finish on this helicopter, and didn't think that it was going to be something I'd really enjoy to fly. But I actually fly my E2 more than I fly the T-Rex 500. So hopefully this the E3 version will be just as nice. Anyway, this is the box, basically what comes out of the box. The canopy's different. It's a lot lighter than the original version. That's the original version right there. You know, that's a couple crashes and it barely cracks. I doubt that the second version will be as robust and tough as the first version, but to save as much weight, I mean, it's probably half the weight, which is more welcome to me than having a really strong canopy. But anyways, here's bag number one. Basically has the tail components in it. You know, check this out. I mean, that's insane. It looks like it was dipped in chrome, and this is polished aluminum. So, and all the parts that are polished look just that good. So, bag two, here's the head. Comes with some pretty decent looking carbon fiber blades. I'm not sure if they're going to be great or not. I didn't use them on my E2. I've been using some shaved down Radix blades. But luckily in this kit they addressed that, so the main blade grips can fit 10mm carbon fiber blades. So I'm going to be using some stock Radix blades on it along with these and see which ones I like more. Bag three is the frame. Basically there's not as much aluminum in this frame, which I liked because, you know, it looks real great on this E2 version. I really like the look of it, but it does add a substantial amount of weight. And for me, I'm going to be doing some testing here with some A123 cells, and the 7-stick packs that I'm using are 540 grams or so, and that's a pretty heavy pack. So to save the weight on the frame is really good for me. Okay, this is the first bag, the tail bag, basically what comes inside. Couple things to note, really cool here. The tail grips have integrated Chinese tail weights, so no more of the you know, big stickers coming out, which is awesome. The tail blades, plastic tail blades, I probably won't be using them. It's not to say that they're not good, I just like and prefer carbon fiber, so I'll be using some Radix tail blades on here. The tail hub does come with some thrust bearings, so everything looks good there. Let's see here. The tail pitch slider used to be that nasty, if you can see it here. Well, it's pretty hard to see, but anyway, it was that that unfinished silver look, but now it's, you know, it's finished in black, so that looks pretty good, a lot better than the E2 version. Tail pitch slider looks great. I really like how thick and tough the tail slider and the swash plate. I mean, this stuff is really good quality. It's not chintzy at all. All the bearings are included. Everything looks pretty good. Nothing's assembled at all in this kit, which I personally like and prefer over the T-Rex designs where you get, you know, 20, 30, 40, whatever % built. Personally for me, I have to take everything back apart, re-Loctite it and whatnot, and so, you know, I like it this way. But anyways, the tail boom, it was carbon fiber, but they switched it to the new kit has polished aluminum in it. Same belt from what I can tell, which I wish they would have thickened it up, because I know some people, including myself, had a couple problems with tail slipping a little bit, but we'll see if they address that in any other way once I get this helicopter together. I really would have liked to have seen a shaft drive on this tail, but I mean, unless you're the really demanding 3D type flyer, then it's probably not necessary, so I guess that makes everybody happy for the most part. But I mean, like I said, it may have changed. I don't know what the tail pulleys, the sliders, you know, or the tensioners, however, if that's been beefed up or not. We'll see when I build it. And what's really cool here is the tail control linkage guide is it's not that thin, skinny little wire you usually get in the kits these days. It's a carbon or graphite, not sure, you know, I haven't opened it up, but it's a tube, and I mean, this thing's tough. It is really tough. So no more tail rod guides and flexing thin wire that you have to mod yourself to get it straight, you know, but that's really cool. So that's bag one. I'll come back with bag two. Okay, this is bag two opened up. One thing I did fail to mention, first bag, it does come with tools, so that's really awesome. I personally have my own tools, but this is really cool that they included some hex keys and looks like baby hex driver down there. But anyway, that's included in the first bag, so forgot to mention that. Anyway, this is the second bag, the head assembly. What's interesting is I found this is the original head button that they also use on the E2, but this is also there, and I haven't confirmed with Scott yet, but the only thing I can think this would be for is for a flybarless version, which is really cool because in the E2, converting from flybarless, you have the main shaft poking out, and you couldn't fix the original head button onto, but I'm pretty sure that's what this is for, because you can't put this above the pitch link or whatever they call it. I forget what they call it, the little brass ball. So I think that's for you flybarless guys, which I might test out on this heli also. Other than that, the main grips, awesome quality. Check this bad boy out. Look at that. It's like chrome, just like the tail box. Looks great. And also it has been widened out to fit 10 millimeter blades, so that's really cool. Other thing, the paddles, same as the E2 version, they're plastic. I'll probably be getting some carbon fiber ones, but we'll see how those go. Main shaft, everything else looks the same. One-way bearings all already installed, so that looks pretty good. And oh wow, yeah, the swash plate. I don't think you can find a 500 size heli anywhere with a swash plate that's beefed up that much. This thing's got double bearings from what I understand in it, and it's pretty tough and light still, so really awesome. I like the look of that. One thing I did find interesting is the screws, and as you can see, it's lifted a little bit, so hopefully I'll be able to screw that back down. Maybe they missed a step in production and didn't tighten that all right, but it looks great though. That's an awesome beefed up swash plate. And other than that, yeah, the fly bar, the main shaft, and all the screws, ball links and whatnot, and that's pretty much it. Okay, this is bag three, the main frame and everything else that wasn't included in bag one and two. The main frame's changed a little bit. I don't know if I like it or not yet. I haven't built it, but what's really cool about this helicopter is, as you can see, these are the servo horn stabilizers that you usually typically see in 90 size helis, and I'm not sure how that's going to affect the performance. I doubt that it was necessary, but it sure does look very cool. You know, I mean, seriously, for a heli this small, I would doubt that it would add any structural stability or change too much characteristics of that nature, but I mean, like I said, it looks real cool, and it comes with two different sizes. From my understanding, this heli can use from micro or, well, mini up to standard servo size, so that's really cool that they included all the different sizes for that, including the tail. The tail comes with beefed up blocks for a larger tail servo if you feel the need to use a standard size, which I doubt you would with the Chinese tail weights, but anyway. So another thing I did notice is the boom, the main shaft bearing blocks. It used to be that shaft, as you can see right there, and this went all the way down, and I don't like that style. I'm not sure why else they changed it, but I mean, it never had problems to begin with, but I like this style much better. So, and there's actually three blocks. There's these two and the third bottom block right here, so that's pretty cool. Other than that, let's see here. Yeah, everything is in its place. Looks pretty good. It does come with two pinions. These are not going to fit my motor. I'm going to be using the Scorpion 3026, the 1210 kilovolt motor. I didn't have the option at the time that I purchased this from Scott to get the original one that's going to be also added as a, you know, or offered as a combo. So I don't have the original one to compare it to, but I would assume that it's pretty much the same, if, you know, maybe a slight bit less of power than the Scorpion motor. So we'll see how that goes. It comes with a little bit of Velcro, pretty cool. And oh yeah, this is the tail, or the head weights for, basically it's a Chinese weight for the head. I'm not sure how much that is going to change in characteristics. I would assume that, you know, it would put less stress on the servos and provides for more snappy movements, but we'll find out. So that's bag 3, and I'll come back with, we'll start assembling the tail.